Well, this is a really old window system consisting of 2 panels, and these panels used to have a counterweight with a big weight inside this section. So just to show you a little bit, what happens is that you have a cord that that used to be wrapping around through this hole in a pulley, and you used to wrap around, and you have a weight over here. So with the years, obviously they deteriorate, and also people just out of frustration, they just cut these ropes, and they lose all the stability of the panel or the counterweight of the panel, and therefore it just kind of drops. In this case, it's really stuck as well. I mean, you can move it, but it's not that easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this in the way that it was before. How we're going to do that? We're going to take these 2 moldings, this one and that one. We're also going to take this and this, and take this and this. And after that, we're going to remove the panel, the window panel, and clean it. We're going to use some paint stripper to remove all the excess amount of paint that is around, and then we're going to go ahead and install it back again using the new rope that is going to be around. So the materials that you're going to need are these ones. You're going to need some masks, brushes, sandpaper. You're going to need a knife, some painter's caulk, also a paint remover. Right, here's one. You're going to need wood chisel, hammer, gloves, definitely, spatulas, compound knives, a crowbar, and the rope itself. So this one is a 1/4 inch, so here you go. That's what we're going to use. You can get this at the hardware store. Obviously we're going to need some primer and stuff like that once we finish, but this is how we're going to do it. So we're going to start by removing this piece of molding, and start kind of dismounting the window system. And after you take out the 3 elements or the 3 pieces of wood, you find the weights. Now you have the weight in the back, the weight in front, the same thing on the other side. The panel, this panel that has the emulsions, we don't want to be bothered with it. It's going to be there stationary, it's pretty much sealed. We want to make sure that the front one will work. So we're going to go ahead and consider the length of the rope. So you don't, make or install a weight that is not going to work properly. We want to make sure that whenever we pulled it up, it's going to have the nice balance or counterbalance on your rope, and we'll go through that in a moment. But the same situation on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and continue with this. In this case, this particular one has a piece of metal here, and we're going to go ahead and remove that metal. We don't going to need any more. It's going to be just a little loose, but we have a stone window on the other side, so we just want to make sure that this one can open as we need it. We're going to consider the space in a different way in a moment, so let's continue. See, we have now that panel out. We have this piece of metal on both sides. Like I said, it has three nails, so you want to go ahead and remove those nails. Don't force your panels. You don't want to break the glasses or nothing like that, right? So now is the chance for you to clean everything as much as possible. You want to paint, go ahead and paint. And in my case, I'm going to go ahead and remove a lot of paint from the panel. So here's the panel. I'll show you. So here's the panel. See, it has a lot of layers of paint. I want to take that out with the paint stripper, but also has the other section or the other piece of the rope. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the distances from here to the one that is broken, and the same thing from here to the other one. So I have the exact distance that I need to replace. Obviously counting that you need to do some nuts on the side, but that doesn't matter. You want to go ahead and do that stuff. Anyway, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's start working on the paint stripping. I'm going to remove this, this nail from here and remove the rope. But you want to make sure that you do the part. I'm going to go ahead and clean all this and just kind of have it ready. One practical tip that I'm going to leave you with in this video as well is that once I apply the paint stripper and whatever I'm in this case this panel, but whatever I'm trying to remove the paint from, I go ahead and cover it with some painter's plastic, and what happened with this is that you trap all these chemicals that help you to remove the paint, and it's more effective that way. So as I take 1 or 2 layers, I go ahead and put the stuff, and I help the the chemicals to be trapped there and avoid the evaporation so quick. So let's continue. Based on the indications of your paint stripper, just follow the instructions or guidelines. And in my case, obviously, whatever paint you take out, you want to make sure that you dispose these things really well, because it may contain some lead, and that's really toxic. So once you finish rinsing all the cleaning with some sort of dishwashing soap and a brush or a sponge or something, just make sure that you remove all that paint remover. Let it dry, and then you go ahead and just do some light sanding if you want to. I'm gonna do that just to kind of leave it nice and uniform. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna continue with the weights inside. I'm gonna start replacing all those cords. Go ahead and replace the string that you have here with the new one. Go ahead and make a nice knot over here. Burn the tips, since this is synthetic material. You don't want to undo the thread over there, right? So I measured from everything that was exposed from the beginning of the knot to the section in the window panel that was exposed. It was like 30.5. Combining both, I measured both, and it gave me the same thing. So I went ahead and just cut a little piece that goes inside the panel, and I marked it so I know exactly when I do it. So because obviously this is heavy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna suspend the weights a little higher. I'm gonna go through the little wheel over here and set it on the other side. Then I just go ahead and set up the panel, and then I release the weight so it can counterweight the panel itself. So we're gonna go ahead and remove some paint from here and vacuum all this thing, and just go ahead and prepare it for the panel. Now is the moment of placing these weights. So here, and install the panel back again. So the idea is that you want to go ahead and remove as much paint as possible from those areas that were rubbing against the panel, or the panel, I'm sorry, glass panel. So obviously you have some build up of paint with the years. You want to go ahead and remove all this stuff, and and use a vacuum so you can vacuum all those things. So let's go ahead and install the piece, and just kind of take it from there. We have the marks, the lines that we made, right? So we know how much is going to be exposed. That way we can install it properly. Okay, so we're mounting the panel now, and we have the string just like I was telling you before. Based on the measurement, we put back the nail where it used to be, and now we have the new rope that goes, or the string that goes all the way up. The weights are being held over there just for us to be able to install the weights, right? So now that we can go ahead and release it, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it will work. This is the final part of the video. Would I ask you to subscribe if you're not a subscriber? If you are, thank you, like always, as always, What can I say? Now that all the moldings are fine, you want to make sure, look how nice, you can actually bring it down and up with just one finger. You see here that it actually goes all the way, you know, in a nice way. Make sure that in the process of installing it, you don't push your moldings and stuff. And after this, obviously, it will be some, you know, sanding, caulking, painting. Make sure that you don't paint back again those areas that were, you know, damaged in the beginning. Obviously, just light painting. What else? Then I will put the hardware back again, you know, the way it used to be. Now I'm just gonna leave it like that because it has a storm window on the other side. But it's really cool. Now you understand how you can fix your all windows. All right. So don't throw them away. Just give them some more life. They are worth it. They're not gonna come back. Okay. So again, thank you. If you have any comment or something, just please go ahead and do it. And as always, I'm happy to make videos for you guys. Have a great night. Bye bye.